So as we head into the fall and winter months, COVID cases are expected to keep rising. Now, the experts say that there are other diseases we have to be aware of.
Dr. Varma served as the senior advisor for public health to the mayor during the COVID-19 pandemic. In his new role as executive vice president and chief medical officer with SIGA Technologies, Dr. Varma is leading efforts to raise awareness on smallpox and other infectious diseases. Dr. Varma, nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Great, thank you both for having me.
I thought we were all, inoculated with smallpox and all those vaccines. What, should we worry about that now?
Yeah, I think that the message I'm trying to make sure we deliver is that, last week was September 11th, and we memorialized all the people that died, and obviously the buildings got destroyed. But if we remember, right after that, there was a biological terrorism attack on the U.S. with anthrax. And so in my new job, one of the things I'm trying to do is to raise awareness about threats. Diseases like smallpox were eradicated from the world, but we know people can now synthesize and create viruses in labs. And so we need to have drugs like our company makes and vaccines available in case these threats happen in the future.
A lot of people think that COVID was manufactured in a lab too.
Yeah, and so, my view of the evidence is that most likely came from an animal source, but we can't rule out any possibilities, right? And so the way we protect ourselves against terrorism and nuclear weapons is we prepare for everything. And so I think it's important for us to recognize that biological terrorism like anthrax has happened here in New York, and so we need to be prepared for that.
You're not scaring us right now, right, Dr. Varma? Because, we've been through enough.
Yes, exactly. And I was here during the peak of it, and so I know. For most people, I would say right now, enjoy your time in New York. This is a good time. Get up to date on your vaccines. But talk to your elected officials, talk to other people, and try to get them to recognize that we need to be prepared for all aspects of public safety, such as this.
When you talk about those vaccines, speaking about what's happening here in New York City, every kid has to have their set of vaccines before they get into school. But there was a 30-day grace period for migrants coming to the school system where they didn't really have to have that, but they do have to get it done in 30 days. A lot of parents were worried. Would you have done that? Would you have allowed that grace period if you were in charge of all the New York City schools? Yeah,
it actually is. We used to run all the vaccine programs for the city, and it's very challenging to get everybody up to date on that first day. So there's often is a grace period before you start checking and doing things. I think particularly for these migrant children, we also know just from the COVID experience, we don't want kids out of school, right? So having kids in school is more important. I think there's a lot of ways to weigh that you can catch them up to date on their vaccines better, and I think you need to balance both of those.
Maybe not just the vaccines, but maybe the COVID booster is what we're kind of looking at as we head into fall and winter. The CDC is saying everyone over the age of 6 months should get this. We talked to a pediatric doctor, Dr. Paul Offit, not too long ago, who said, hold on just a second. If you are at high risk, you have comorbidities, or you're over the age of 75, this should be for you. And we asked him, why is there such a differing in opinion on this booster? Why can't we all be on the same page as this?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually as big a difference as people think it is. I think all of us who are public health experts say the #1 priority is to focus on the highest risk groups. That is it. For everybody 6 months and above, the vaccine is safe. And in my estimation, a lot of ours, it will benefit you. But the people that benefit the most are those who are old or have medical conditions.
CDC say that then? Because they're saying everyone over the age of 6 months.
Yeah, it has to do with the way if you parse the language well, it says it's available and recommended for everybody, but there's a high priority group. And so this is where the language and the, gets a little confusing. But my message to people is if you are in one of these high risk groups, it's really important to get. And if you're not in one of those risk groups, there's close to zero harm and there's possibly benefit. I know for myself and my family, none of us have other medical conditions, but we're still going to get the flu vaccine and the COVID booster this winter.
So Dr. Varma, in the news today is this terrible tragedy at a daycare center where one child died, several other were found in a comatose situation, and they believe fentanyl is to blame. We're now finding out that perhaps fentanyl making was being done in another room in that apartment. How close do you have to get to fentanyl for it to affect you like that?
Yeah, we're obviously going to learn more about what exactly happened. This is a terrible tragedy. I think the thing to keep in mind is fentanyl is actually not easy to get into the body. That's why people snort it, smoke it, swallow it, or inject it. So just the powder itself doesn't really get easily in your skin.
So it can't be airborne, or somebody who has it on their hands touch you? Can you get poisoned by that way?
Your skin is a really good barrier, and so that's not the way you're going to get it. And the thing that worries me about this is, were there other drugs involved, or more likely, were they preparing drugs and therefore the kids ate something that had fentanyl in it as well? Of course, we're going to learn more about what was going on there, but I'd be more concerned about, some type of food product that was contaminated, which got all these kids sick.
Huh. Dr. Varma, what are you doing these days?
So I'm now working at a new company, and so our job is to work on drugs. We have a drug that's used to treat smallpox if it ever happens, and we're studying for how it works in monkeypox, and hopefully working on other drugs to make it so that we're all safe from new infectious disease threats.
Smallpox and chickenpox. The chickenpox is what everyone had back in the day.
Different viruses. So smallpox was a virus that killed, hundreds of millions of people before it was eliminated from the earth in 1979. And so the reason it's a concern is it still has stockpiles of it in Russia and in the U.S. that are kept for research purposes. But we know in Russia they've used radiologic weapons before, chemical weapons have been used, and so there's a real concern about terrorism out there. And then we're also using this drug called TPOXX or tecovirimat to work on the monkeypox outbreak. And so we know these new diseases are going to come about, so most of them from animal sources, but some of them from bad actors, and so we need to be prepared for all of those.
Dr. J. Varma, thank you so much for being on Good Day New York and talking with us today.
Great. Good morning, everyone.
All right.